You know when you're like playing a role-playing video game and you try to equip a heavy broadsword to your mage character?
Oh, yeah, and you just get a giant red X flashing on the screen.
Exactly. It's incompatible. The mechanics simply won't allow it. Well, today in our deep dive, we're taking that exact concept and applying it to your upcoming English exam.
Which is a really great way to look at it, actually.
Right. We're jumping into your notes on mastering collocations and future planning vocabulary, specifically Unit 4, What Next?
Yeah, because you need the precise phrasing to articulate your life's blueprint without, triggering that red X from the examiner.
Totally.
And it's a crucial transition in language learning. You're moving from simply describing your daily routine to plotting out major life events.
Things like setting up a business.
Right, or doing an apprenticeship, renting an apartment, studying abroad.
So let's stick with that equipping idea. To talk about these milestones correctly, you have to select the exact action verb to pair with the item. Like you do volunteer work.
Exactly, and you get career advice.
Yeah. But if you try to, do friends, the language system just rejects it. You have to make friends. It's a locked pairing.
It really is. English relies heavily on these collocations. They're basically words that are historically bolted together, and examiners love testing them.
Because it shows you actually know the mechanics?
Yes. They specifically look for what we might call a rare dual-wield item. Take the word degree, for example.
Okay, dual-wield.
Yeah.
So you can either do a degree or get a degree.
You got it. Both are grammatically correct.
Cool.
Test makers use this to see if you understand the boundaries of these acceptable pairings versus strictly single-use verbs.
Gotcha. So if picking the right verb is about choosing your path, the prepositions kind of seem like the roadblocks you hit along the way.
Oh, they definitely could feel that way.
Yeah, words like apply for a course, specialize in, benefit from, rely on, differ from. Honestly, I struggle with this.
It's super common.
Right, because if apply already means to request something, why do I even need the for? Why can't I just say, I apply the course? It feels needlessly rigid.
Well, that's the exact trap language learners fall into. You try to apply logic from your native language to English.
Guilty as charged.
We all do it. But to understand why English does this, we have to look backward. Over centuries, English lost most of its noun endings.
Noun ending?
Yeah, the little grammatical tags that used to tell you what a word's job was in a sentence.
Yeah.
To compensate for losing those tags, the language became entirely dependent on strict word order and prepositions to show how things connect.
Oh, I see. So the preposition isn't just some annoying add-on, it's like a load-bearing wall.
That is a perfect analogy. You have to treat apply for as one single unbreakable unit. And that actually brings up a vital structural rule for your exam.
Okay, lay it on me.
When you form a question with these dependent prepositions, the preposition has to go at the very end.
Wait, really? The very end of the sentence?
Yes. So instead of a direct translation like, about what does your best friend worry? Which sounds incredibly clunky.
Yeah, nobody says that.
Right. You ask, what does your best friend worry about? Nailing that structure guarantees easy exam points because it proves you understand the architecture of the language.
Okay, knowing the architecture is one thing, but how do we actively train for this? The textbook highlights learning techniques like taking class notes, keeping practicing, and watching video tutorials.
Which are good, but
it feels a bit passive, doesn't it?
it is passive if you just stare at a list. You have to make the vocabulary physical. When taking notes, don't just write the words down in a single color. Color code them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, highlight the verb in blue and the mandatory preposition in red so your brain processes them as a matched set.
So you're making the visual connection match the grammatical one.
Precisely. And then apply to yourself. Draft a mock resume. That's a key term from your Unit 4 source material, actually.
A resume, right.
Use it to describe your actual 10-year plan. Write out that you want to set up your own business, that you will specialize in a certain field, and detail the exact skills you will rely on.
Oh, that makes sense. Putting the grammar into a personal context cements it in your memory.
Exactly.
Well, we've talked a lot today about how rigid English is when discussing goals and aspirations. You know, you have to use the right collocations, lock in those verb-preposition combos, and structure your questions perfectly.
It requires a lot of precision.
It really does. And it leaves me wondering about something a bit deeper. The textbook asks, what do you think you will be doing in 10 years' time?
Right, a classic question.
Yeah, but if the language we speak restricts exactly how we are allowed to talk about our future, does it also subtly restrict how we dream about it?
Oh, wow. That's a heavy thought.
Right. I mean, if we don't have the vocabulary to properly equip our aspirations, Are we limiting what we think is possible? Something for you to chew on as you study. See you next time.